Welcome to the Depth Dive. Today we're jumping into something that might feel a little old-fashioned, improving your handwriting.
Yeah, it sounds it, but in our super digital world, it actually holds um, surprising value.
Totally. We've looked at some great source material, like easy and fun handwriting practice ideas,
Yeah.
and our mission here really is to give you some enjoyable ways to, well, not just neaten up your writing,
Right.
but maybe unlock some other benefits too, cognitive ones even.
Exactly. It's fascinating how the actual physical act, pen on paper,
Mm-hmm.
it offers things that screens just don't, neurologically,
Sure.
personally.
Mm.
We're talking beyond just readable shopping lists here. It's about how it can boost focus, maybe memory, even how you express yourself.
Absolutely. There's definitely more to it than just forming the letters correctly.
Right.
So, okay, let's start with something the source highlights that fits right into a daily routine, writing in a journal.
Yeah, and if you think about it, that regular kind of free-form writing,
Mm.
it subtly trains your muscle memory, those fine motor skills. It does it in a way that, structured exercises sometimes miss. It's not only about the what you write, but the how. That repetitive movement reinforcing brain pathways.
Oh,
It
okay.
sneaks the practice into reflection time. A dual benefit, really,
Hmm.
often overlooked.
That's a great point. Okay, so moving from that sort of internal thing to connecting outwards, the source mentions something really quite lovely. Sending a letter to someone
Hmm.
feels almost radical now, doesn't it? With
Yeah.
instant messages and all that.
Well, and it makes you ask, right, in this world of quick texts, what does putting in the effort for a real letter actually signify?
Yeah,
The care involved, the deliberateness, it naturally makes you want to write a bit more legibly, maybe more
it's
beautifully.
true.
It shifts practice from being a chore to, well, an empathetic gesture, something memorable. It's pretty low pressure for practicing, but motivating because someone will see it.
I see that. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, if you want something maybe lower pressure still, just for yourself,
Right.
the source has this wonderfully sort of meditative idea, copying something you like. Like imagine just transcribing a favorite quote or a bit of a book or a poem,
Mhm.
focusing on being neat.
And that focus on neatly,
Hmm.
on even letters, that's really key here. This method, transcription, basically, it trains consistency,
Yeah.
attention to detail,
Mm.
but without feeling like, boring rote learning.
Right.
You're engaging with words you actually enjoy, so your hand subconsciously learns that good spacing, that consistent shape. It can be quite calming, actually.
Yeah, I can see that. Almost like drawing in a way. Okay, but what
Yeah.
about moments where you need a more direct approach? Maybe fix specific tricky letters. The source does mention using practice sheets.
Ah, yes, the classic.
Yeah.
And they're good for specific things. They let you isolate maybe a tricky loop on an L or getting the angle right on a K.
Yeah.
The bits you struggle with.
Mm.
That focused repetition, it really builds that fine motor control, strengthens the neural path for that specific shape. So while the other ways are more organic, practice sheets offer that targeted help, which you
Mm.
sometimes need for the basics, for that muscle memory foundation. Gotcha. Targeted intervention. And then finally, for people who maybe appreciate the sheer elegance of it
Mm.
and the unique way it feels, the source also encourages exploring cursive writing, starting small, letters, then words.
Yeah, and this brings us back a bit to the aesthetics, but there's a deeper cognitive side too. Cursive isn't just about linking letters up.
Go.
It pushes for a continuous flowing motion, fewer tiny pauses between each letter. And this encourages a more efficient sort of rhythmic hand movement,
Mm.
which actually helps all writing, even print.
Interesting.
It develops this kind of graceful flow. It's more than just being readable. So, yeah. What's the takeaway here for you listening? Well, I think what we've pulled from these sources is that improving your handwriting, it doesn't need to be some tedious chore you remember from school. It can actually slot right into your daily life. Simple things, enjoyable things, journaling, sending a note, copying something meaningful. The idea is making it natural, making it useful.
Exactly. And that brings us to a final thought for you to consider. Thinking about these pretty straightforward ways to practice.
Yeah.
How might that physical, that tactile act of writing, how might it, beyond just neatness, add something unique to your own personal reflection or connection? Or maybe just a sense of mindful beauty in your everyday routine, something to perhaps mull over next time you pick up a pen.